Happy holidays. I hope all the mamas out there are hanging in there. This is like that time of year where we do way too much. And that's why we brought a little bubbles for this episode.
And cowboy hats because we are here to have some fun.
Yes.
Today.
We got our jammies on and we're relaxing with some bubbles. Oh, I got it.
It's okay. Take your time. No need to rush. We're super excited though to just sit down with everyone and speak to you guys and let you know about some of our favorite things. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, you know what? This is like the time of year that everyone's like doing their shopping. Maybe we have some ideas for you. I don't know. Hopefully on social media, we can get some ideas from our listeners because we need that little extra help too.
Yeah, send us messages, please. Post things.
And also, I think it's just a good time to try to remind ourselves to give ourselves self-care. Like a lot of the few of the things that I grabbed are kind of some self-care items that just, I don't know, make me feel better, make me feel a little younger, a little fresher. So we just, like I said, we're just doing too much. Woo!
Oh my God. Woohoo! Now I can do that.
Yeah.
Whoa, I felt the force from that. Holy moly.
Well, it was in my trailer. So we just got back from camping. And that's a lot of work.
That's right. You camped for the holidays, which is awesome.
Yeah, we just did that for
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
And it's beautiful and fun, and I love it. But then every time on the way home, like all the stuff you have to do and the laundry, like my whole hallway is just full of clothes right now.
It's so much work. It's just like a nonstop situation. But you know what? You had a fantastic time from what I understand. So all worth it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I wonder if you can hear the bubbles in the microphone.
I know. We're going to make you all want a glass.
Right. Gosh. So you want to just get into this?
Let's get into
Start showing some things, talking about things.
So when Michelle had this idea, I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I'm not really a things person. Like, I'm not really a gift giver, receiver. Like, I like to go places and do things. That's my love language, like quality time. And so I'm like, God, I don't know. Do I even have like any stuff that I would want to highlight and share with you guys? But then, oh my God, the list. Apparently I do. I have a lot of stuff.
She showed up with a box full of things and I'm like, oh, are we actually showing the things? Okay, cool.
So you'll have to catch us on YouTube so you can see these things. So I'm going to start with, since it's the holiday season, I have looked for these for years. My grandma had something very similar, an antique. They were all chipped, like his little nose is all chipped and cheeks and stuff and cracks. I don't even know what happened to them, but like they just were Christmas time to me. These little Santa mugs. I would get hot chocolate with a couple marshmallows in it and be like the happiest little kid. And it's funny how those sentimental things just stick with you.
It felt very nostalgic when you brought that out. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I used to have one of those a million years ago. But yes, the little Santa face is all winking.
Are a lot of them out there that have really creepy, ugly Santa faces.
He looks jolly.
He's
a jolly
He's
Santa.
a little drunk, probably. He's got rosy cheeks and nose. He's winking. And it's the traditional, like red. I know Pottery Barn has the white ones that are really pretty, but like I really wanted as close to what I grew up with as possible. So I found these, of all places, at from a company called Brex, and they sell like bulbs and seeds.
Oh. Like plant type stuff? Okay,
for
cool.
gardening.
Hey, you can get your coffee and your plants all at one place. That's awesome.
So we'll have to put the link up, but so cute. I think the best version of the Santa mugs I know because I looked and looked and looked for years. Like probably the last 10 years. Looked for these.
So cute.
So that's my first one.
Fun. Well, I'm going to pull something out that actually is something you can drink in that mug. And this has kind of been my new favorite thing, is called Everyday Dose. And it's actually a coffee that has mushrooms, collagen, and nootropics. So it's good for energy, elevates the mood, gut health, and enhances focus. So
You said an advertisement.
check it out.
I mean, I'm sold.
So the thing I loved about this is, okay, so I have very, very dry skin. And the minute I take a sip of like my sparkling or anything with caffeine, I literally can feel the dryness, just like all the moisture is getting sucked out of my skin. So as you know, I don't need coffee every day. Like that's not my vice. It's not my go-to for anything, but I love the ritual of coffee.
Same.
And so when I saw this advertised, I was like, okay, I get some health benefits and let's just see how my skin does. So when I drink this, I'm good. It does. Somebody asked me once, they're like, does it taste like mushroomy or like some kind of, does it have some kind of funky? And it does. It's not like it tastes full on like coffee.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing is if you need some coffee in your mug, like if this is not enough for you, you can put a little bit of the coffee in there.
All the extra benefit.
Enhance it with this. So maybe you reduce your coffee intake, add a little bit of this, and then you can add your creamers and I don't know if you like sugar or whatever in yours, you can. But I don't know. I really like this company too. They're really fun. So I signed up for this subscription and you don't have to. And again, I'm not selling anything. This is truly just like talking about the things we love. But what's so fun is every like little batch I get, they send you something fun. So it's like a container that you can pour this into or a cute cup, a glass cup, or they even sent a little frother one time. So
oh yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
No, and honestly,
into these things that I'm like, oh my God,
I know,
it's freaking expensive.
It really isn't, and I don't have the price tag at the top of my head. But here's the thing: when you look at how much you spend on coffee, like a bag of coffee, or even just like you go to Starbucks and you're getting your coffee, to me, this is like comparable to that, maybe a little less.
And you're getting all these added benefits.
And you're getting a bunch of benefits. I mean, and again, it depends on how much you want of something. So you can make it stronger, you can make it lighter. But yeah, you don't get the coffee bloat, you don't get the dry skin. So that's why I'm loving it. Okay, one of my new favorite things. What do you got?
I have another cup.
What? Okay. She really loves cups.
I have a cup addiction, glassware addiction. Anyone who knows me, like I just need more storage so I can have more variety of glasses to serve different drinks in. Like,
right, because you can't, like, you're not going to serve a martini in that Santa mug or even in that, right? Yeah.
So another favorite thing, I'll talk about it later, but my husband got me an espresso machine for my birthday, which is the best gift ever. And I've officially become a latte addict, and so is he. So total opposite of what you were saying. But you know what? 1 cup and I'm good. 1 cup. And it's my not even guilty pleasure. That's my pleasure in the morning. 1 cup of coffee.
You should not have guilt around that.
Well, and I put a shit ton of the heavy cream in it too.
Hell yeah.
It steams it and froths it up. So I guess I'm already talking about it. It's the Barista One Touch espresso machine. Amazing. Very pricey, but it was a big gift. I was turning 45. And my husband
wanted that.
I didn't even know. I mean, I had kind of been looking. I don't think I would have spent that, but he's a good man. There's a reason I'm keeping him around.
I'm excited to check it out next time I'm over.
It is amazing. It froths the milk. It's like, it's just a great way to start the day. Or like, sometimes I won't even have it first thing in the morning. It's like a nice midday wake up. But anyways, I had to get these gorgeous little
I love that
glass coffee cups from Amazon. And then like an additional bonus, it came with these cute little gold spoons and a lid, which I haven't really found a use for yet, but I like it. I like that it has it. I like knowing I can have it if I want it.
That's right. I mean, if you're walking around and you're like, I don't want to spill this everywhere, I'm going to use this little wooden lid.
I mean, you could put other things in here, I guess, like fruit and yogurt, or do you make a dessert and serve them in them? But they're really cute. So I had to have those.
That is so cute. Oh, I love a glass mug though. I just think it changes. the look, obviously, because it's clear, but like you can see what's in your glass. I don't know. It just feels, for me, also, if I'm drinking out of mugs too that are like super painted, I don't know. My mind goes to like, it looks very clean to have a glass mug. That's cute. I like that. Okay. I'm actually just going to pull from this little, I got a little silk bag here. It's like Santa. I'm just going to pull out. Oh, okay. I'm going to do this one then. So
that's cute. That's so much classier than the Amazon box that I brought.
I mean, you had to travel, to my house. So if that makes sense. You're in an Amazon box, which by the way, I would probably put Amazon as one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what that is. So I don't really need to get into it. But
I don't
honestly,
have to go and leave my house and things can come to me. I've never been a big shopper. But I did think that I needed to go and touch the things to know. No, you don't. As long as you can return it easily.
I was going to say, you can send it back. Yeah. Like, it's so
once
amazing.
I figured that part out, I was like, done.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so one of my favorite things, which is funny because I used this a long time ago and then I was like, I don't know if I love it anymore. And then I got reintroduced to it and now I'm loving it again. So one of my favorite things, it's a lip stain. And so, I mean, you don't have to have the same brand, but I love a good lip stain because for me, every day, it's very important that I start my day not with coffee, but with lipstick. And I feel like I can't leave the house.
I would say not even like start your day, but like if Michelle disappears, she comes back, she got lipstick on.
It's my lipstick.
She always has nice, bright, done lips.
It's a thing for me. And so it's that, and mascara kind of go hand in hand, but I'm just going to talk about this for now. So this one is from a company called Lip Sense, and I happen to have a friend who sells it. So it's more like you get it from them directly. But, you put this on and it lasts for hours, and then you've got a little gloss that you can touch up with if you want a little moisture in your lips. But it is very important to me because the minute I start drinking something or eating or talking, like my lipstick goes away. So I don't want to think about it.
I think when you have dark hair, and fairer skin, I wouldn't say we're fair. We do tan, but we're like comparison or contrast is the word I was looking for.
Yes.
To our hair. Our skin is very light. And so you need lips.
And our eyes are light. So I think too, when you don't have something, it just looks washed out.
Yeah. Washed out.
Yeah. It's like, okay, the eyes get light and then the lips have no color. No.
Yeah. So that's because it doesn't look dry. Doesn't look drying.
No, I don't have it on right now. This isn't this color. I know. I need to get this color, like a red. This one's more of a peachy, but
like an everyday wear.
Yeah, this is like my daytime. But yeah, anyway, so that's one of my
That's a good one. I have a little bag of tricks.
Oh, a bag, a box, a bag. All the things.
No, really sexy little carrying stuff I got here. So while we've moved on to, you had mentioned mascara.
Yes.
My friend Angela told me about this one. It's Telescopic Lift by L'Oreal Paris.
Oh, my girls like telescopic, and I haven't played with it yet, but I am a big fan of L'Oreal. Yeah, they do good mascara.
I have a couple things in here that are L'Oreal, and I didn't realize
They're like the big mama of a lot of products. Okay. Just heads up. Like even product lines like La Roche-Posay, however you say that, and SkinCeuticals, I believe now is owned by L'Oreal.
So
they kind of, I know, I'm sorry, but they're big. They're the big mamas.
Yeah. It works. I think I got it at Ulta. I thought it was going to be some other big brand. And then I was like, oh, L'Oreal. I could have got this at Target. I don't know. Yeah, but it works. I don't like using it on the bottom lashes though, because it can get a little too much. So I just use it on the top. And then I have the Maybelline, the old school one. Well, it was the pink and green.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But now I've moved on to I think it's called Lush or something like that. And it's turquoise blue, but that's I can just throw it on. It's not going to get goopy. You have to be a little patient with this. And I don't love that about it, but the kids are so patient with their makeup.
They go really slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to slow down and just focus. I notice even with my friend Angela who recommended, she will slow down and really take her time with her makeup. And I like to just that's like the Gen Xer, I think. Like I just like to zoom through it as fast as I can. I don't even use a makeup brush for my foundation. I probably should. Michelle has helped me a few times like with
you always look good.
Smudges or something. But I just want to get it done fast. Get it on. Slap it on. So that's my
get it on and go.
thing. This mascara, though, it really works. And I've tried a lot of them and I don't like them. So I don't like when you have to do the white stuff first.
Oh, prime it.
Yes.
I don't like that either.
That's just another
I don't feel like it really changes it for me. Like when I've done it in the past, I'm like, this doesn't really make my lashes look any different. So I'm not going to bother with that extra step.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can look cakey and clumpy, and I don't like that.
Yeah. So. I'm kind of having a cakey, clumpy lash day today. I am. When I washed my face, I know. See, I got. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to mess it up.
Go ahead. It's fine. When I was doing my lashes today, I was like, shit, should I start over? But it goes back to what you were talking about. I'm like, no, I just need to put this on and go.
I have watched my daughter completely start over.
Oh, I can't.
It didn't work out. And no, I can't either. I don't care enough. I think that's the beauty of 40s. Is
I don't give a shit, really.
No. I have clumpy eyelashes today. It is what it is.
Totally.
Deal with it. I don't have to look at me. You do.
Give you something to look at, right? Something to figure out. Yes. Oh,
drinking your
turn. I am. No, I am drinking it, but I was also very intrigued by.
My bag.
Yeah. So I was just like,
go next? No, go. You go.
Okay.
Every other.
So this little guy that looks like, what the hell is that? This little guy is one of my favorites. And this is a fascia blaster. So
I like how small it is because I have one and it's huge.
Teeny tiny. So all of our muscles and organs and everything else are wrapped in connective tissue. And that's basically fascia. And so when the fascia starts to get hard and just like clumped together, which it often does, it's responsible for a lot of problems. And so when you can blast it and break it up, so you can actually do this anywhere in your body, it just makes everything so much better because the blood comes in and
they say get rid of cellulite.
Mm-hmm.
Cellulite
Absolutely.
isn't fat.
No.
I mean, you'll see people of all sizes with cellulite. So how could it be fat, you know?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally not fat. It's like all this
fascia.
Interstitial fluid that gets trapped and then it bubbles up and then the fascia gets tight and starts to like crinkle and adhere. Yeah, all this crazy stuff.
It makes sense when you look at it. When I look at my legs where I do have those spots, I'm all, it's like stuck. It needs to get broken up.
Right, because it starts to dimple and you're just like, wait, what? So this guy, though, is for the face. And you really could, I mean, you could use him anywhere. Actually, but this is my go-to when I wake up and I'm feeling like my face is a little bit swollen. And I always start when I'm doing it on the décolleté.
Do you notice you feel a little tender there sometimes?
Yes.
I think it must be lymphatic fluid buildup.
Well, right near here are your lymphatic exit points.
In your armpits.
They're kind of everywhere. Like your breasts have a bunch of them. But under your armpits are like some of the main exit points. And so by doing this, you're actually starting to activate those exit points. You're stimulating them. So then when you go through with this, so I kind of have my little flow of how I do this. I start in the décolleté, go through the neck, and then I start to kind of chisel in through the jaw.
Yeah, because fluid gets trapped right there.
And
I'm actually starting to see it as I'm getting older. And my mom has it. I'm like, shit. Here we go. But I can actually do something about it.
Yes, you totally
can. I use my hands a lot, but I like that little guy.
No, and that works too. But the hands, I feel like they're helping with the fluid movement, but they're not necessarily breaking through the fascia. Yeah. So I use this everywhere, but my favorite part is around the eyes. Because I feel like it then just lifts my lids a little bit, gets rid of some of that's pulling up underneath the eye.
You are very lifted in your eyes too. You don't have I'm starting to sink in here.
Oh no, it happens. Like it does happen, but I use these little tools and this helps. And then I don't have to go pay for Botox and, eye lifts and all these other things. I may one day, but right now I'm trying to prolong that. And then it's just like my little morning routine. So anyway.
Well, and actually the Botox, because I do use Botox. I just got some yesterday and got a little bruise, which happens sometimes. I know. But
that's a bummer.
I think it kind of makes your eyebrows droop a little bit. I mean, you could get them lifted, but Steve told me that was really scary when I had him do that one time.
He's like, no more.
My eyebrows were like up all the time.
Like you were all, what?
Please don't do that anymore.
In a surprise state every time you were talking.
And my doctor the next time was like, do you want the eyebrow lift? My husband said no. He's scared of it. I thought I looked good, but then, yeah. So I mean, they can kind of, I think it almost like it relaxes the muscle a little too much sometimes, or yeah.
Well, I think that's always the concern with Botox is like, how far have I gone, and is it too much?
No, I'm like kind of on the fence, but I've been. It's been 10 years that I've been getting Botox. I think just about there, and I'm like, how do I stop doing it?
No,
I already
it becomes a favorite
for
thing
the year, so I like don't have to think about it, and it's like this program that my doctor has, but. I know. I'm like, well, I guess I'll go through the year and then see
reassess.
If I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a good time to evaluate.
Because now I'm learning more about this fascia stuff and the lymphatic fluid that gets trapped. And I'm watching some of these people on like Instagram and stuff that they do all these massages on the face.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what they're able to accomplish. Like get rid of double chins and create lift in the cheekbones. And
I mean, it does require work, and I think that's the other piece of the slowing down in life, right? Because you go in to get your Botox or whatever else you might be, injectable thing you might be doing, and it's like it's a quick fix for something, right? But this stuff all takes effort and time. And so I'm obviously in the skincare world, and so this is kind of like I'm always playing with different things. But certain things I feel like produce quicker results, and this is one of those. So even if you do shift over, or anybody who's listening, if you're like, oh, maybe I will shift over. I will say be very careful if you're doing any kind of that massage work right after you got Botox, because you don't want to move anything that's been injected into your face. Right. So I'm just putting that out there.
No,
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. You got to give it some time to let everything kind of settle in, and then you can play. But anyway, that's a little side note disclaimer.
I'll say if you don't have the little blaster, or I've used the back of my knuckles on my eyes in the shower. That, because I'm a big, like, if I have to stop and do another thing, I'm probably not going to do it. I did buy a fascia blaster that I saw on Instagram. This is the first thing I've bought online, and now I just bought another thing I'm going to tell you about in a minute.
Is it a favorite? It's become a favorite?
Right now it's a favorite. I haven't figured out if it's like a for sure favorite. Okay. It's still new. But I got this. It's the vibration plate.
Oh.
Vibration plate.
That was one of my favorites.
Oh, that's funny.
That is something. You know what? We did not go over our lists before we met up. We just brought our favorite things. I've got like 3 of them in my house.
Why 3?
Because one upstairs, one downstairs, one in the garage. Yes, it's heavy.
It is heavy. It's big. I bought the big one so my husband can do it too.
Yeah.
And I got it on TikTok Shop, which
you did.
It was the first thing I've ever bought on TikTok Shop, and I was a little embarrassed about it. But I'm like, you know what? What the hell? Whatever I'm doing is not working. I need like additional help. And I did a research on it, and it really does help with lymphatic drainage. And I have felt from probably all the way back, as long as I heard about like fluid buildup and stuff, I'm like, I have that. Like I have bad circulation. My feet and hands are always freezing, and my legs are always just a little poofy. Like no matter, even when I was a runner, like even when I was working out twice a day, I just feel like I don't get like those, I don't know, those like rock solid legs ever. And varicose veins are in my family. I definitely have a couple from having kids. And so I'm like, I need all the help I can get. I've just been doing it on like the automatic mode for 10 minutes in the morning, and then I'll try to do it at night before bed. And I feel so good afterwards. They say it's actually like exercising.
That's one of my forms of it. You know, I'm a 10-minute like get in and get off kind of thing. Yeah. And this is another reason why I put this as my favorite, because yes, that and what I started doing is I found a lady on YouTube, and she does all these workouts.
Yes, I haven't gone there yet. I just
oh my God,
scroll on my phone and
or that. But I mean,
minutes,
just that alone brings this energy force into your body.
Yes.
And just standing there also is activating all these muscles in all these different directions. It's amazing. But this woman will have you do ankle weights and wrist weights. Yeah. And so you're getting a whole full-on workout. It's freaking awesome and fun.
Yes. You'll have to send me her YouTube.
I will.
I'm going to need to start doing some workouts. I'm not just going to stand there. But even just if you just don't feel like doing anything, maybe you're a little hungover, I think it helps with that too. I haven't had that experience yet, but I'm like, why wouldn't it?
Well, it does, because your lymphatic system is pulling your toxins. Yeah. So it is.
Also, it makes you have to go to the bathroom. I didn't.
It works on the digestive system as well.
I'm like, even before coffee, I'll do the vibration plate for 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So
I feel like it's a whole body wellness center.
Yes. Well,
the vibration
now
plate.
They're saying the heart isn't the only thing that's pumping blood and fluid through your body. It's the lymphatic system too, and the fascia.
Yes. Well, and the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So that's the whole thing.
Okay, so I'm using the wrong terminology, but it needs sometimes to get that.
That's why, because it doesn't have a pump like the heart. The heart is what pumps the blood. Lymphatic system does not have a pump. So it needs something to get it moving. And that's exactly what the vibration plate is doing, which is also like jumping on the trampoline, which is one of my other favorite things. But those things get it moving. It's weird because it's such a big system of our body responsible for so many things, but you'd think that it'd have its own built-in generator, or I don't know, motor, right? Like the heart, but it doesn't. So good job, girl.
If you think of how many of us, that's so funny, we had the same one. But if you think of how many of us sit at a desk all day and I know we've got to do that for livelihood, and it's not what we were intended to do. We were always intended to be in motion in the day. Yeah. So I'm sure that's a huge reason why our lymphatic systems are all fucked up.
Oh, for sure. It's like you're cutting things off, right? Yeah. So as you're sitting in chairs,
crossing your legs.
Yes, you don't have, I know, which I'm doing right now.
No, it's hard to not. We were trained from an early age to cross our legs.
But you don't have that flow. And so this is another big thing. The lymphatic system, just so you know, is kind of like my baby. I've researched it for many years. Okay. So it's like my thing. But deep breathing actually also gets the lymphatic system to move. And this is a good point in time to bring up, that we're not deep breathing anymore. We're keeping it in our chest. And so I think that's another reason too. Anxiety has gone through the roof. We're sitting, we're stressing. So all those factors. Yeah. So get yourself a vibration plate for Christmas.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I mean, I've only had it for a couple weeks, and I need to be more consistent with it. But like I said, I'm already seeing some benefits. And I'm hoping it's supposed to help with the cellulite and stuff too, and skin tightening. I'm like, I need all those things.
It does all the things. And if you combine that with your knuckles, you know what I mean? And really start to get in and blast that fascia.
That's easy for me to do every morning in the shower. Once I soap up my legs and shave them, then I'll just do that with the back of my knuckles.
That's awesome.
On my thighs. And on my calves and ankle area too. Just kind of get that all moving. And then I've also heard your lymphatic, it's behind your knees. So that's another.
That. So you've got the main points are under your armpits, in your growing area, kind of that crease in where your leg meets your hip, and then behind the knees.
So sitting at a desk.
You're compressing it. Stopping it, blocking it. Yeah. So anyway, and then your breasts have a lot of lymphocytes. So they're not necessarily the drainage points, but they do. So even doing in the shower, doing a little breast massage, that actually will also help the lymph to move.
And like we learned from Christy, check your boobs while you're in the shower so you can get the lymph going, and check your boobs. And
so I feel like we're here to give you all the tips of things that you can knock out 3 in 1,
vibration plate. My impulse buy on TikTok shop was I did research it first because I'm like, I'm not going to be one of those idiots that buys all that.
No, I mean, it is it's amazing. So good that was an awesome purchase there for sure.
Okay, this guy is probably one of my all-time favorite things ever. No denying this. The Lumify from Bausch & Lomb eye drops, the whitening eye drops. My eyes have never been whiter. I have the lighter eyes. I get the red kind of veiny. I also wear contacts. So I feel like it takes nothing, especially if you have a couple drinks, to get the red bloodshot looking eyes. And this stuff clears it up in seconds. They say to put it in like 20 minutes before you put your contacts in. I don't ever do that, and I haven't had a problem. But maybe you should
follow the directions.
Oh my God, love this stuff so much. Swear by it. I have one in my purse, in my medicine cabinet, like in my overnight bag. I can't go without it now. But you only need to do it, like I wouldn't overuse it. I do it like once in the morning, and then once if you're like out at night, like don't overuse it, because I think then you could have a problem.
Yes, I think it says that on there too. But I'm going to second that.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my favorites list, but honestly, that is definitely a go-to. It's funny. I just showed my daughter that the other day, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing." I'm like, "No, it really is."
It blows Visine away.
Oh yeah.
I was a big Visine user, and then they said that wasn't good for you. I don't know how good this stuff is for you, but it fucking works. And
I mean, don't overdo anything in your life, right? Like everything in moderation, but yeah, it just brightens up your world. It's awesome.
Like they almost are blue. The white, it gets so white. It's crazy.
Yes.
I don't know how it works, but amazing. Wonder thing.
I agree. Super amazing. All right. Also in my bag is this stuff. It's called Oxygenetics. I pulled the little tester one from my room, but I use this every day. So I do not like foundation at all because or I don't like powders because it dries out my skin. Everything dries out my skin. So this product actually is used to do major cover-ups. So if you are somebody who has redness in your skin or marks that you're, just not happy about, a lot of derms or like plastic surgeons will use stuff like this after a treatment if you're really red from it, because it's breathable. So when you put this on your skin, like I put some on today, I feel like I have nothing on my skin.
Your skin always looks so good too. I was blown away when you said you did not wear foundation because your skin is so even. So
it's this. So it's this stuff. I mean, sometimes I go around not using it, but probably those days when you've really seen me. It's called Oxygenetics.
Oxygenetics.
Yeah.
And so that's something you would get from a dermatologist. It's not like
you can probably you can probably get it online. And I sell it too. So if any of our local listeners want to try it, I have some testers, because I think the hardest part with any kind of tinted anything is trying to find what shade you are.
Yeah.
And so it's nice if you can go somewhere where they have actual like testers around, because otherwise next thing you know, you're spending like, hundreds, and it's not that expensive.
Not the right thing. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Spend the money and have it not be right.
But this is amazing. Like amazing. It pretty much lasts all day. It's breathable. It's non-comedogenic. Like you won't break out from it. This is truly one of my faves. You'll have to try some out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Next.
Ooh, fancy.
Diff eyewear.
Oh my God, I love those with that hat. They look cute.
Smudgy. I'll keep them on while I talk about them.
Yeah, you should. They're adorable.
I was so late to the party on Diff eyewear sunglasses, because I was like, well, I don't want to spend the money, whatever. I want to like try them on my face. But the thing is with them, you can return it. You can exchange it. They have so many different ones. Like they're not that expensive. So you can wear it for a little bit and then lose them or whatever.
And it's online.
Diff, yeah.
Just Diff online. Diff? No, I have a lot of Quays, not Diff.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is that what this is? No,
No, it's Diff.
I got scared for a minute there.
I know, because they're probably both very similar. But
like I love them because they're like, I don't know. I think these ones were like $50. So yeah, I'm not spending. I used to kind of be into the designer sunglass thing. And then something breaks on them. You got to send them in. Like you just spent so much money on them. You're like sick about losing them, breaking them. This is great. And the way that sunglasses styles change.
Yeah.
Like why spend a fortune? I mean, they're still good quality and they're UV.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that.
Which is big.
It's always the big question, especially for us with light eyes, but
skiing and
okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Love those. Okay, so this is something that my aunt made me. I guess I'll just leave this in here for a minute. So I'm holding up this little pouch, and inside of it is a curling iron. And what this is literally right after, let's say you're traveling, right after you curl your hair, you got to go because you got to go catch that plane. You're on the move. Boom. Stick it in here because it's got the liner in it that can have hot stuff.
It's like an oven mitt.
Yeah.
Inside. Yeah.
So you just shove it in there, put it in your bag. You're not jacking up anything.
That's awesome.
I love it. So
I've been on the way to the airport so many times. A lot of us have been with the hot curling iron holding it
in your hand. I know.
Because I have to wait to put it in my bag until we get to the airport.
Totally.
That's the last thing I do is my hair. So I guess I could probably mix that up a little bit, but it's still so hot for a long time.
It is. And I've seen people try to do towels and things like that. And then you're marking up the towel. But yeah, so my aunt made me one of these years ago. And then the other day I was like, what? I was like, I don't care what kind of fabric you have, but just make me another one because
she
this
on
is
Etsy?
Great. No, she doesn't sell any of this, but she
could.
But I know you can probably find them like if you want one.
Yeah.
All over. But yeah, it's just a really quick and easy thing to travel with.
Love it. All right, I'm just going to talk about all three of these things at the same time because they kind of this got me through summer. It's a lot of shit, I know, but when you're aging and you have paler, like I don't know, I get freckly in the summer. I do get a good tan, but it's freckly tan, and also I feel like my skin is just getting a little crepey looking at 44, 45. It's like definitely that's an issue that's starting. So I have some good girlfriends that told me about these things. This is the Luxe Unfiltered number 10 Blurring Body Glow. Ooh. And it's not oily at all. It has a shimmer. I don't think you'd see it if I showed you, but let's see. Oh, it's almost gone because I loved it.
Is there any in
so
there?
Much. So I would put this on my legs and my arms, and I've even put it under my foundation to give just like a nice little shimmery glow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it just kind of like reflects and hides like the veins and the little bit of crinkliness and like spots. And then, well, actually, before I would do that, I do this Sunless Tanner. This one has a great color. So again, my girlfriend Angela was wearing this. She's my young friend that like knows all the cool trendy stuff. Luxe Unfiltered number 36. And it's color blood orange, but they have all different colors. So this was more of like a lighter to medium tone, and it just looks so natural. When I first complimented her about it, I was like, oh, you're so tan. I mean, she is Italian. She does get good color, but she was like, no, it's this stuff. And I swear by it now. You get one of those mitts. It's foam. You put it on, and it just gives you like a better version of yourself. Like
the filtered version of yourself.
I mean, it's great for it's nice when you already have a little bit of a base tan, then you put this on and you like never know.
Awesome.
And I get kind of used to it, and then all of a sudden it wears off. I'm all, oh, there's my like white pasty legs again.
I'm not this color naturally, darn it.
And then I found this stuff. This is Glow Motion's Rio Sunset. I know, it smells great. The Sun Bum they have all of that. Like it's that brand that all the kids are all about. So I just saw this at Ulta and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try it. It looks pretty and shimmery. Oh, it's an oil. So it gives your skin like this hydrated, wonderful feeling. I don't know. It doesn't show up on clothes either. I've noticed that. Yeah, it hasn't been an issue. With any of this stuff. So that's huge for me because I love my clothes. Yeah. I like wearing a lot of white. I wouldn't like go crazy where you're going to have a strap or something, but still it's kind of stays put. And it's just super glowy. And I could probably do these by themselves, but I really like them together. It's like the more, the better.
That's right. Good combo.
Shimmer.
Yes. Layer
lots of compliments. And I've had a lot of girlfriends ask me, I'm sending pictures of these things, on my phone to girlfriends. Like,
yeah.
They're complimenting me and I'm like, this was it. You got to go get it. This is where you get it. So
love that.
Got me through the summer. I don't know. I'm going to probably still use it in the wintertime too for like,
why not?
Christmas parties if my arms are exposed.
Yeah, glow up anytime, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say it's too much?
Yeah.
It's all about how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mine is this is like my other favorite thing that I've been into lately is the sound bowl. And
interesting that psychic said something about that to you.
I
keep
know.
thinking that, so.
One of our past episodes, somebody said you will be playing sound bowls.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have found this like pull towards just playing. And it's not, I have no rhyme or reason. There's no anything musical notes that I'm following, but I don't know, it just makes me feel good. Like when I'm
do a little bit of it right now.
Let's see if it even works. It's pulling a little bit. There it goes. If you can just hear that background. That's why.
I feel it.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like there is this.
Just hear it. I felt it in my body.
Yeah. And this one is the G note. So actually interesting enough, because I've got a couple of these sound bowls. And the G note is your throat chakra. Oh. And so it's just interesting that we're podcasting and talking. And so this is the bowl that wanted to show up today, I guess. But yeah, this is just my own little thing where, days where I'm feeling a little crazed and I just need to ground myself. I'll just sit on the floor and put this down and start going for it. Or I teach restorative yoga, and people love when I'll just bring one bowl in, and people love when I bring this in. It's like, it's a fan favorite. So anyway, I actually had this older woman who is in my class. She's a regular student, but she wanted to buy herself one of these, and she's like, Michelle, I don't think I'm really going to play it. So instead she bought herself a little device and that sounds like sound bowls. Oh. And she's like, that's what I go to sleep with. And it kind of like connects her to the restorative yoga. And anyway, it's one of those like.
Yeah, you can even go on Spotify or I'm sure iTunes.
Yeah.
And pull up those kind of playlists. So
absolutely.
If anybody out there is like, I'm not going to go buy a crystal sound bowl because I'm.
Right.
But hear me out. Our episodes, we've really discovered a theme, and it's women that are following those little nudges. So I would say if you do have the nudge, go spend the money. Like get the sound bowl.
Or if you even want to learn more about it, Libby, we had on our podcast, and she spoke all about what sound bowls really are about. Yeah. And so she kind of got into more of the science behind it all.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah. And some of the like spiritual stuff. So anyway, it doesn't have to be any of that for you. It can just be something fun, but it's definitely on my list of favorites.
Yeah. I think if you have that nudge, just go. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about spending a fortune, but you deserve to invest in yourself and in those when those little nudges happen, that's your spirit being like, I'm interested. I'm intrigued by this. There's a reason. I really, really believe that. And I already did, but then like, whoa, this whole last season, like all the women that we've had on, they have brought that to the forefront. It was a little curiosity, a little whisper, and then they were brave enough to follow it. So I think, just maybe open yourselves up in this next coming year to what you're interested in.
And what are you even inspired by? Like I think sometimes we look at things people are doing and it's like, wow, that's so cool that they're doing that. And we might have that curiosity, but we don't follow it because it just feels like maybe it's out of our wheelhouse or, what's normal and natural for us.
Kids need new clothes or whatever. And it's like, we spend so much on the kids. We focus so much on the kids. It's okay to treat yourselves once in a while.
For sure.
For something that you're curious about.
Yeah, totally. So whatever it is for you, whether it's you want to shimmer up a bit or play some sounds, do it.
Hey.
What else you got in there? Oh, yes. Yes, girl. Yes.
We're going back to the magic bag of tricks here.
Yeah.
This is speaking of magic root cover up by L'Oreal. Again. They need to start paying us.
Right? We're advertising right now.
Magic root cover up has totally saved me. There is no way I could go the full 8 weeks or whatever it is I do between getting my hair colored. It's just like that little, you got to have some technique. You don't want to get your scalp when you do it, but it's just.
I have definitely been guilty.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, did I just get extra brown spots on my skin? Or is that from my cover up hair stuff?
But yeah, the spray is awesome. It comes in several different shades and I love the dark brown. lifesaver. And while I'm in the bag, real quick,
pull it out.
Acne patches. I don't care what brand. This happens to be Neutrogena, but like my daughter introduced these to me. They work so fast and so good. And like, I just love them. And now I have to have them always in my medicine cabinet. I cannot run out. And I feel like I've been lucky in life. I think that comes with the dryness of my skin. I don't get a ton of breakouts, but when I do, it's bad. Usually it's like one big fatty and it's super noticeable. And it's like, this will get rid of it overnight.
Yeah.
If you put it on right away. So I love that.
I thought you were going to say, when I do, acne patches to the rescue. That's what was just going on in my head right now. But you're right. Those are freaking awesome. And it doesn't matter what brand.
Yeah, that's all my bag of tricks. Those are my secrets.
So I have one more. And this kind of goes in line with
I have more favorites.
A little bit. I know there really are so many favorites, but this kind of goes in line with what we were just talking about.
I've been curious about those, if they were bullshit or not.
No, they are not bullshit. So I am an LED whore. Okay. I've got all the lights in all the different ways. I have domes that can go over your skin. This is a mask that you literally just attach behind you so you can still watch TV while your red light is on. And what I love about this one's very expensive. So there are some that are not. Okay. Costco has one, I think, for maybe... I saw it for like $100.
Ooh, that'd be a good Christmas gift. Yeah. I feel like even the teenagers would eat them.
Oh, these are fantastic. I actually have my cheaper ones that I loan out to teenagers. Like if they're really going through some breakouts, I'm like, here, take this home for a couple weeks. Just bring it back on your next facial. But this one I love because it's also remote, where you don't have to plug in anywhere. So I can just turn it on.
Ooh, you could be on the car ride.
Oh yeah, there it goes. See, and this one has a lot of lights.
It has a lot. It actually hurt my eyes to look at it.
This one, I could even go brighter on this. Like this one was very, very pricey.
But that's what I'd want. I'd want one that works. I don't want to.
Well, here's the thing.
One that doesn't work.
They all work. Here's the difference. Okay. It's the amount of lights. So a larger surface area is important. So the amount of lights is going to cover more parts of your face. The other thing is the intensity. So like with a light like this, with all these lights and this bright, you only need to be in it for about 10 minutes. The other ones, you can still get some results for 10 minutes, but really with those, you want to be under a little longer. Okay. So again, we like that quick and go, right? So this one, I just love. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and before I even look at myself, I'll pull this out of my silky little bag and I just lay there, get my 10 minutes in, and then boom. And that's when I'll do my breath work. So again, talking about like,
you could do that
doubling
on
up
the vibration plate. Yeah.
Yes, you absolutely freaking can. Yes. All of that. I mean, you can still scroll through your phone because it's got eye cutouts. Right. Whatever you want to do. I mean, we can like whip it. We can get it all in. So this though is like, do not destroy, do not do anything to my LED lights. And I have big ones for like bodies and, they're just fantastic. They're phenomenal.
This makes me think, is this what all the celebrities are doing? That
yes, it is.
Like they have 20-year-old skin.
Yeah, it is.
Sudden though,
they are. You know what? Actually, we have a gym in town that has the body kind where you actually just step into it and you stand there, and so you're getting LED lights. And this is the red light. So this is like the healing light. It penetrates down to your fibroblast cells, which shoot out collagen and elastin. That's why all the skin is looking good. I've actually put these lights on, like if somebody gets cut in the house and we're trying to heal something a little quicker, I'm like, you need to be under the light. Wow. And you can almost see like the healing process happen. It's like phenomenal. So anyway, there's so many different kinds, but you are right. Like if you want intensity and you want something where you're not going to have to sit in it for too long, you're going to have to pay a little more money. Yeah. But I mean, these lights I have been using now for many years and they're phenomenal.
So glad I have you as my friend and you can just tell me what to get.
Just tell you what you need. Easy peasy.
I don't want to do all the research. So.
Easy peasy. Okay. Yes.
My last thing, of course, I got to bring up the booze.
Yes. Yes. Talk to us.
I accidentally discovered this on Halloween.
Oh, accidentally.
Yeah, because I was doing an Instacart order and I thought I was buying the big ass bottle of Woodford Reserve. The one that comes from Costco. It's like double this size. So when it came, I was like, oh, what the fuck? I ordered the wrong size. I didn't look at the ounces.
What is
That
this?
does happen sometimes when you're doing Instacart. You have to kind of pay attention to the size of things. But this one is double oaked. So it's the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked Barrel Finish Select. Oh my gosh, it's so tasty. I'm kind of an old-fashioned girl. I'm not like full-blown whiskey girl, but this I could have by itself on ice and just sip on it slowly, which is what I like about whiskey. I tend to like drink a lot slower if I have just a little whiskey on ice. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Yes.
It's perfect for the cold weather. So great gift. I think it was like $50. So that's a good little something you can bring to a party. It was a total accident, but
Awesome. Yeah, it looks delicious. I'm like, oh, okay, it's getting colder. We need a fire pit night together in one of our backyards.
Yes.
For sure. That's what I'm thinking about right now, which is another one of my favorite things. Sitting around a fire with friends, talking, laughing, listening to music. I mean, that is truly
right. I mean, that's what I started saying in the beginning of this episode. That's where my head went. I'm like, I just want moments.
Yeah.
And not necessarily all the stuff. And actually right now I want to clean out my closet, get rid of a lot of stuff. I'm kind of in that space right now in my life where I'm like, too much stuff.
Yes.
Like I want to minimize and just like really focus on the things that bring me joy in my life.
Absolutely. I know. And so as we were even thinking, when I was thinking alone about this episode this morning, I was reflecting on this whole year of all the things we've been doing in our lives and also just the guests that we've had on. And I was telling Greta, I'm like, ooh, we should look through the list of podcasts and like pick a favorite and talk about that, but then we both kind of concluded that there really wasn't a favorite. I mean, every one of them had deep meaning on some level, and they were all so different. Like we had some common themes run through, but there were some that I just got a big nugget out of each of them.
Yes, definitely. Such wisdom-filled women this year.
I know.
And I learned so much from all of them. And then we were even talking about one recently, the Let's Talk About Sex one, where we were like, I finally understand that a little deeper. I get what she was trying to explain to us. We were sort of grasping it, but it's like, I need to go back and revisit and listen to some of those episodes again.
I know. I know. There's been so many. I mean, when you think back to Christy's story of breast cancer and speaking of the body stuff, Anna really talked about, body positivity and what your relationship with your body is.
I all the time and take a big exhale and let my belly out.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't realize it was such a habit to just keep it tight. And it's like, no, my belly deserves to fully exhale.
That's right. Fully expand and contract and do the things that it was designed to do. I think that's the thing. We're always manipulating and I don't know, trying to change the way we were designed, and we got to really just kind of come back to what is authentic and real.
Yeah. Really. I've been thinking recently about just how many distractions there are in life. And when you just said that, it made me think about this thought I've been having. It's constant work to try to not get caught up in the distractions. And I think a lot of the women that we had on kind of brought us back down to that sacred space. Very grounding, very much it is in our control. It is in our power.
You're right. You're right. When you really look, and I think that's some of the theme that we were talking about, where it's everyone had something different to say, but there was kind of some themes that were consistent. And I think that grounding and that slowing down and the awareness of who we are in this world and what our purpose is. And as we look at each of them individually, we can pull out so many aspects of our life that we may not have really dove into deep until we really sat down and started having these conversations. So.
Well, and I even feel like I've been so inspired by them to try different modalities of healing that I didn't even know existed. So, the episode that we just had on with Kate, I'm going to see her in 2 days.
Yay!
I know. I
hear
said
about
I was
it.
going to do it, and I'm doing it. It was great re-listening to the episode and just being like, oh, yeah, I really want to experience that. And floating in a sound bath.
Oh,
And
yes.
these are things that I had not known about before and didn't know how good it could make me feel. And so I think just like being introduced to these different modalities has been really cool this year.
It really has been. And I'm glad that we've got to experience some of the things together, you know, like the floating sound bath we did together. And that was cool. And just being able to present you guys with this information and encourage you all to get out there and try some new things. And maybe that's what, 2025 is all about, is like jumping out and trying some new experiences in life.
Well, cheers to you, Michelle, and cheers to all our listeners and watchers. We love you guys, and we can't wait for the next year, 2025.
That's right. Happy holidays.
Cheers.